Hi again. I'm in Ibiza right now, and I thought this was a poignant moment to teach you guys how to meditate because I've never made a video about meditation. I know a lot of people out there are thinking, how do I meditate? And I thought it would be good to make a video for anybody out there who is a bit lost, beginner, doesn't know where to start. Um, So that's what this video is going to be about. Hopefully, the guy in the hotel room downstairs hasn't got the music blaring too loud that you're not going to be able to hear everything I'm saying, or that it's going to be too much of a distraction. But here we go. So I'm going to run you through what I do when I meditate, and I'm going to hope that if you want to learn, then you're going to go along with it. I thought that would be a good way for you to learn as I'm doing it. So the way I start, sorry, I should give you a little quick background actually about my meditation experience. So I learned about meditation about longer than that, 7 years ago probably. I started meditating. At first, I was like, "What's this? Why am I wasting my time doing this?" That's the common kind of reaction to it. But with perseverance and patience, I started to see little glimpses in my daily life, and I was like, holy shit, this is like, I'm seeing a difference in my personality right now. In fact, I remember one time that um, I was at my parents' place, and obviously, when you spend time with your parents and your family, like especially if you're spending a long period of time with them, you kind of feel a bit like, oh god, they're really starting to annoy me. And I remember I was there, and I felt this like annoyance that I would normally feel. But then I was like, ah, whatever, and it was just let go, and I felt really good. And I remember saying to my mum, because I noticed it very distinctly, and I said to my mum, "Have you noticed a difference in me lately?" She was like, "Yeah, you do seem different lately." So anyway, that was an outsider's perspective, and obviously I noticed it myself, and it just became more amplified from there on out. I started to notice it more and more in daily life. Like people would do things that would normally annoy me. I'd just be like, yeah, whatever. Or like, had no reaction to it. I had complete control of your reactions. Is the best way to describe it. It's like putting a harness over your emotions, choosing which emotions you want to be there, which emotions you just want to let go, which ones serve you, which ones don't. And to be honest, it's like it really is transformational in my opinion. So this is what I do. This is how I learned it. I've tried different types. I tried transcendental meditation. That didn't do anything for me. If I done a mantra over and over in my head, then I just felt like the mantra would continue regardless of my thoughts on top of that. It was completely pointless. So what I do is a mindful meditation, and the way I start it is I will first of all I will sit, forget about all that stuff you see online about like people sound like this, and they're like, like you don't need to do that. The only reason that they sit up like this is because when you meditate, you feel very relaxed, and it's very easy to fall asleep. On a side note, I have no idea why doctors don't prescribe insomniacs to make sure that they learn how to meditate, because if you learn how to meditate, you can fall asleep very, very easily. That baffles me. Anyway, maybe in the future they will do that. Who knows? Right, so first thing I do is I just get myself comfortable in a chair, or on the bed, not lying down because you will fall asleep easily if you're lying down. Sit up, but you don't need to sit up like with your back straight and all of that. Just make sure you sit up, and you're comfortable. Best time of the day to do it is about an hour after you've woken up, because your mind is awake and alert. If you try and do it before you go to sleep, I mean, some people say that it's better for them. Fair enough. if I try to meditate like before bedtime, I'll just fall asleep early. So much better to do it in the morning when you're alert. You're not going to fall back to sleep because it's like an hour after you've woken up. All right. So first thing I do, close my. You don't need to close your eyes, but it's easier because the less distractions, the better. So I will close my eyes. Follow me with this if you're doing this for the first time. First thing I do is close my eyes and I just listen to the sounds that I can hear. Obviously, right now, for me personally, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but the guy downstairs is playing some music. So I can hear that. I can hear the rustling of some trees in the background. If a motorbike goes by, I can maybe hear that. But the point is, you don't label the sound, you just hear it. And you just accept that that is the sound that you can hear. You don't think, oh yeah, that's a motorbike. Or, oh, there's the tree rustling in the wind. No, just listen to it. Just focus on it. If you want to take a couple of deep breaths, that's good too. It helps you relax. And as what's going to happen, and I guarantee this, there is a thought that is going to come into your mind and it's going to distract you away from you trying to focus on the sounds that you can hear. Now, when that happens, and this is crucial, when that happens, you need to be very aware of the fact that it just happened and bring your focus back to the sounds. A good way that I remember reading by Eckhart Tolle, The Power of Now, read that book if you've never read it, is be like the cat that waits in front of the mouse hole. That's you waiting for the thought. Just as soon as you see it, as soon as you see that mouse, as soon as you see that thought, just be aware that it's distracted you. Just do not put your focus on it. Keep your focus on the sounds that you can hear, and just keep your focus on the sounds. That thought will just drift away, and do that for the next 30 seconds. Okay, next what I would do is, see, this is all about sensory perceptions. First, it's what you can hear. Next, it's what you can feel. So next, I'm going to put it's the same principle. I'm going to put my focus on the feeling of the air against my skin. I might focus on how my foot feels. You know, you never do this. You never think, what's the feeling in my foot right now? Nobody does this. But just think to yourself, what's the feeling in my feet right now? What's the feeling in my hands? They're a bit tingly. Is the air blowing against them? And keep your focus there, like on the feeling of the feeling of touch. It's like, what about your body against the chair that you sat in or the bed? The weight of your body on that object. Put your focus on that, and again, if a thought comes in and tries to distract you, just notice that you've been distracted by the thought and bring your focus back to the feeling of the touch. Okay? Do that again for the next 30 seconds. Alright, I'm sure many of you out there started thinking, yeah, why did she say that to me today, or why did he have to react like that? And it's very easy to get distracted by that thought, start focusing on that thought instead of focusing on our sensory perceptions. But this is what meditation is all about. It's all about noticing that you're being distracted by your thoughts instead of focusing on your sensory perceptions, or at least mindful meditation is about that. So the next thing that I would do is I would focus on my breathing, and obviously your breathing is a constant thing. This is why when you learn about meditation, or whether you read about meditation, everyone's like, just focus on your breathing. Yeah, okay, fair enough. It's another avenue to being present, but it's not the only way. Like, there is multiple senses. You don't always have to focus on your breathing. Focusing on your breathing is just a good way to um, keep, because, okay, another way to describe it is because focusing on your breathing is constant. You're constantly breathing. It doesn't stop. So if you focus on sounds or touch, maybe it might stop for a little while, and because it stops, there is no sound, and then you start focusing on breathing. So it's easy to get distracted. But breathing is a constant thing, so that's why, basically, why people say just keep focusing on your breathing. But I don't think you need to do that just because it's a constant. I don't think that's necessary, but it's a good way to get started. It's another vantage point to presence. So let's do that. Let's just focus on our breathing for the next 30 seconds. You're going to feel the rise and fall of your chest. And again, let me stipulate that if you get distracted by thought, notice that you've been distracted. Bring your focus back gently to the feeling in your chest, rising and falling, breathing. And those thoughts will just drift away like clouds in a blue sky. And then the sky will become blue again as those thoughts drift away. So remember, any thoughts that come in, just don't focus on it. Just focus on the breathing. 30 seconds. Okay, that's that. Hopefully, you might have had little glimpses of presence where your thoughts just, there was no thought, even for a few 2 or 3 seconds or less. Next, we're gonna, this is the final part. Basically, what we're gonna do is we're gonna we're gonna focus on the breathing, but at the same time, we're gonna focus on the sounds around us, and the feeling of the chair beneath us, the air against our skin, and just try and keep an all-round awareness of all of that, while at the same time, if the thoughts try to come in and distract you, be aware that you've been distracted and bring your focus back to the senses. Okay, I know it's difficult, especially at the beginning. It's very, very difficult. Over time, I promise you, it'll go from glimpses of 1 or 2 seconds, 1, 2, 3, 4 seconds. Over time, after maybe a month, you will be able to actually sit with a silent mind for minutes, maybe longer. Who knows? Everybody's different. But that's what we're going to do for the next 30 seconds. We're just going to focus on the senses, sounds, touch, breathing. Let it bounce around like a ping pong. table, just all around. But just remember to notice when you're distracted by the thoughts and right back to the sounds, to the touch, to the breathing. Okay, hopefully some of you out there might have had a few glimpses of presence. Some of you might not at all. Some people just cannot relax their mind. It's very, very difficult for them. There's a funny saying in the meditation community that if you can't focus at all, then you are the type of person that needs meditation the most. But I understand that some people just, it's so difficult for them that it's just impossible. And maybe for those guys, they can try some different avenue, yoga or something else. But I honestly, personally believe that with enough determination and focus, most people can actually sit and do this. It just takes time and effort, patience, determination, and yeah, over time, you will start to notice a difference. I'll tell you exactly what will start to happen. After the first week, you will probably get tiny little glimpses of presence. So, for example, you will not be able to find your car keys or your house keys, and normally you will be like, "Oh, where's my car keys? Where are they? I'm late. I need to find my car keys." But when you meditate, it's more like, okay, my car keys are missing, my house keys are missing. Where are they? And you'll kind of get a little glimpse. You start to get a little glimpse of the reaction and the emotion bubbling from underneath. And you'll kind of be like, oh, well, I feel a bit calmer normally now than I would have been in the past. Where is it? And you'll still get a bit annoyed, like obviously, because you're running late and you're trying to find your keys. But you'll start to notice just a little change, and you'll be like, oh, okay, that's noticeable. Over the next weeks and month or so, you will start to notice probably more of a difference. Things that you would normally react quite heavily to, you will see that you have a bit more control over the way you react. And then over the time after that, it just gets better and better. It really does. I can't promote any strongly than I am already that how much it can be life changing. You will be able to stay calm in conflict. You will have ultimate control over your the way you feel during sex, which is especially important for guys during their experience during sex if they have problems in that area. They will you as a person you will start to feel slightly superior to people, which is a bit of an ego trip, which is a bit crazy because it's kind of contradicts the whole meditation thing. But you will honestly, you'll start to feel a bit like I feel a little bit of a level above people now. Like I have this control over my emotions that most people do not have. It's kind of like having a little bit of a superpower. It's really mad. Yeah, it's overall the benefits. There's so many benefits. Your blood pressure drops. You just feel a feeling of peace in general in your life, so you're happier in general, obviously because of that. You sleep better because you can fall asleep easily. All you need to do if you're struggling to sleep is just start a meditation session, and that's it. You're out. Um, Honestly, it's just the advantages of meditation on a daily basis are just phenomenal. Like, that is my opinion. And I feel like anybody that doesn't meditate is missing out. Anytime I fall out of the habit of meditation, I kick myself and I think, why aren't I meditating? Like, I know the benefits of this, I know how great it feels. And yeah, it's just an amazing experience. And I think it's something that everybody should go through and do. And I feel like if everybody did, the world would be a completely different place because there would be so much more love in the world. And I'll end it there. So yeah, if you like the video and it's helped you somehow, then give it a thumbs up and maybe subscribe if you want to. Alright, I'll see you next time, guys.